Stop thinking like a parent. I heard this comment recently when I expressed concern about how an individual might feel sharing all of their personal information during a very invasive assessment. You're thinking too much like a parent. I've thought a lot about this comment since I heard it. I'm a social worker. Talking to people about sensitive and difficult information is what I do. I can't stop thinking like a parent, though. That's who I am, a parent with lived experience. My lived experience is not visible. You wouldn't know looking at me that my son has a congenital neurological condition. His condition affects how people see him, how he moves his body, how his brain processes information, and how he communicates. You wouldn't know the shock and disbelief I experienced when we were first told of his diagnosis. You wouldn't know the sorrow and grief that plagued me so deeply at the beginning and how those feelings still creep in 16 years later. You wouldn't know the advocating that I've had to do with doctors and healthcare professionals, with teachers and principals, and even with friends and family. But my lived experiences are real, and they've changed who I am and how I look at the world. My lived experience is why I chose to be a social worker. For me, connection and relationship are the most important parts of the work that I do. I use my lived experience to connect. I've shared my own story, I've listened to others tell their stories, and regardless of our experiences, I've always found points of connection. But I wondered, as I began my Master's of Social Work, how will I connect with families without sharing my story? As a social worker, how will I build relationships? I met with an Indigenous elder during my practicum. Her teaching on this was profound. She said, "Your son has given you a great gift." I had never thought about it that way. I had never seen Jesse's condition as a gift. Her comment showed me that being Jesse's mom, through everything, had created in me a great capacity for empathy. I will always think like a parent when supporting families. My lived experience impacts everything I do as a social worker. It informs my work, and it's how I connect and build relationships with families. I will never stop thinking like a parent.